Okay, so let's dive into something that really shapes our days, right? Habits.
Absolutely. It's sort of the invisible architecture of daily life, isn't it?
It really is. And we often don't even realize the power they hold, the good and the bad.
Mm-hmm. Our sources really get into how these patterns, these ingrained ways of doing things actually work.
Yeah, we've got some great material here.
Yeah.
And our mission really is to pull out those key insights.
Right. To understand how they work.
Exactly, how they affect us, and maybe most importantly, what we can actually do about them, how we can influence them. So, to kick us off, bad habits. How do our sources define that? They seem pretty direct.
They are. It's more than just, stuff we do that isn't good. They frame it more like automated behaviors.
Automated.
Yeah, triggered by specific cues, things that give us some kind of immediate reward, even if it's kind of deceptive.
Deceptive. How so?
Well, because that immediate reward often undermines our bigger long-term goals. It's this subtle trap.
Ah, okay. Like that habit loop idea. Cue, routine, reward.
Precisely. That's the core mechanism they talk about. Understanding that neurological loop is key.
That is fascinating. So it's not just feeling a bit off or sick.
Yeah.
What are some of the maybe less obvious consequences the sources point out?
Yeah.
When we get stuck in those loops?
Well, beyond the physical health stuff, which is significant.
Sure.
The sources really highlight something called decision fatigue.
Decision fatigue.
Yeah. Every time you wrestle with a bad habit, resist it or deal with the fallout, you're using up mental energy.
Right, like a limited resource.
Exactly. And that finite energy gets drained. So later on, it's harder to make good choices.
Oh, so it cascades.
Totally. It hits your productivity, your mood, even your ability to just go after the things you want. It's this broad undermining of, your overall well-being.
Wow. Okay. That really drives home why this matters so much.
Yeah.
It's about protecting your mental energy, not just physical health.
Precisely. So understanding that cycle, that ingrained pattern, the big question becomes,
how do we break free?
Yeah, how do we build better patterns? What do the sources say about actually doing that?
Because they don't just say stop, do they? That never really works on its own.
Not usually, no. They emphasize this really clear choice we have for our well-being. It's not just stopping the bad, but actively building the good.
So, cultivating alternatives.
Yes, and specifically, they talk about keystone habits.
Keystone habits, like foundational ones.
Exactly. Things like regular reading or exercise or healthy eating, habits that when you adopt them tend to spark improvements in other areas too.
Like a positive ripple effect.
Without you even having to try directly on those other things sometimes.
Okay, that's powerful. How do we build them? It's easy to say, exercise more.
Right. And the sources offer concrete strategies. Things like habit stacking.
So hacky.
Yeah, where you link a new habit you want to form to one you already do, like meditating for 2 minutes right after you pour your morning coffee.
Piggybacking on an existing routine.
Exactly. Or there's the 2-minute rule.
Just 2 minutes.
Just 2 minutes. The idea is start any new habit by doing it for only 2 minutes. It lowers that initial hurdle, that friction, makes it easier to just start.
That makes sense. Less intimidating.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they also stress environment design. Basically setting up your space, your surroundings for success.
How so?
Making the good habits easier or more obvious and the bad habits harder or less convenient.
So it's about consciously tweaking those cues and routines we talked about earlier.
Yes. You're not just fighting yourself with willpower. You're actively redirecting that habit energy.
Okay, I see. It's a much more strategic approach.
It really is. So as we start to wrap up this deep dive, what does all this mean for you listening right now?
Yeah, thinking about everything we've unpacked, the habit loop, the impact.
Right. Given how ingrained these things can become and how much they affect us, maybe the question is,
What's one thing you could do?
Yeah, what's one good habit, even a tiny one, you could choose to start today? Maybe using that 2-minute rule or habit stacking.
Or, on the flip side,
or what's one bad habit you could choose to address? Maybe not eliminate it overnight, but just make it a little harder to do. Starting now.
Just one small step.
One small step. And the sources are clear, changing habits is hard sometimes.
For sure.
But they also mention the power of asking for help. Friends, family, finding a supportive community.
Right. You don't have to go it alone.
No. Sometimes that first step isn't even the habit itself. It's just sharing your goal, telling someone. That can reduce the friction too.
That's a great point.
Ultimately, choosing to make that change, however small. It's choosing to be healthier, happier. And that's a journey worth taking and maybe even sharing.